Have you ever been there? You spend hours, maybe even days, getting an AutoHotkey script just right. It works perfectly. You're so proud. You send it off to a friend or a coworker, and then you get that one message you were dreading. Right? It's just the worst. It can be so discouraging. You know for a fact it works. You've tested it 100 times. So what's going on here? Well, the truth is, your script was never really built for the real world. And that is the heart of the problem. Your script runs flawlessly because it's been custom built for one very specific environment, your computer. It knows your screen, your settings, your file locations. But the second it steps outside your front door, that perfect little world, it's gone. Okay, so let's really get into this. We're going to peel back the curtain and look at all those invisible differences between computers that can cause absolute chaos for a script that's just expecting everything to be exactly the same. It's kind of wild how many little things we just don't think about. I mean, look at this. You could be on Windows 11 with a huge high-res monitor running everything in dark mode. But your friend, they might be on a Windows 10 laptop with a much smaller screen, and they prefer the light theme. Your script might even be written for AutoHotkey V2, but they're still running V1. Every single one of these differences is a potential landmine. And here's how those little landmines go off. That image search in your script, it's not going to find that button if it's a totally different color in light mode. That command telling it to click at coordinate 1500 by 900, yeah, that spot literally doesn't even exist on their smaller screen. And timings. A half-second pause might be plenty on your zippy PC, but a slower machine might need 2 full seconds for a window to pop up. Your script gets impatient, acts too soon, and boom, it fails. Okay, so another massive reason scripts fail is the file system. Your script can get completely lost inside another computer. It's kind of like trying to navigate a new city using driving directions that only work from your own house. It's just not going to end well. This all comes down to something called a hard-coded path. It's a fancy term for when you tell your script the exact specific street address for a file on your computer. But see the problem? That address, C drive, users, your name, well, that's unique to you. Sending that to someone else is a guaranteed dead end because, well, their username isn't your name. But here's the smart fix, and it's a game changer. Instead of giving that rigid specific address, you use AutoHotkey's awesome built-in variables. Think of something like a_my_documents, not as an address, but as a command. It basically tells the script, hey, go find the documents folder. I don't care where it is on this machine. Just find it. It's flexible, it's smart, and it works pretty much everywhere. And it's not just your personal folders either. A script can stumble if it's looking for a D drive that doesn't exist on the other person's computer, or if it tries to save a file somewhere protected, like the Windows folder. Oh, and the classic blunder. You forget to send along that little image or sound file your script totally depends on. All right, so we've talked about the machine itself, the hardware, the files, but you know what the single most unpredictable part of any computer is? The person using it. Scripts often fail because they expect the user and all their software to act in one and only one very specific way. Here's the thing you've got to remember. Scripts aren't smart, not at all. They're like incredibly literal robots. They don't think for themselves, and they can't adapt to surprises unless you spell out exactly what to do. They just follow their instructions to the letter and assume that the user's setup is a perfect mirror image of your own. And oh boy, do they make some dangerous assumptions. For example, your script might be looking for a window called Untitled Notepad, but what if the user's computer is in French? That window is now called Sans-Titre Bloc-Notes, and your script is lost. Or what if your amazing script automates Excel, but the user doesn't even have it installed? Or you pick a hotkey that's already being used by their video card software. Every single one of these assumptions is just a ticking time bomb. So, we've seen all the ways things can go wrong. The question is, how do we make them go right? How do we build scripts that are tough, that are flexible, and that are ready to work reliably, no matter whose computer they end up on? This right here, this is your cheat sheet for making scripts that people will love. Number 1, check before you act. See if a window actually exists before you try to click in it. 2, we already hammered this one home. Use those flexible paths. 3, anticipate that things will go wrong. Using a try block is like telling your script, hey, try to do this, but if it doesn't work, don't just panic and crash, do this other thing instead. It is so powerful. 4, just tell the user what they need. And finally, number 5, if you can, test it on a friend's machine or a virtual PC. It is the absolute best way to find these problems before anyone else does. So it all comes down to a shift in your thinking. You have to stop writing a script that just works for you. Instead, start writing a script that acts like a polite, helpful guest on someone else's computer. A script that asks for permission, that checks to see if the door is open before walking through, and that doesn't just assume it knows where everything is. So I want you to go back and look at the scripts you've written. Ask yourself, are they fragile little homebodies that can only survive in your perfect setup? Or are they tough, robust, and ready for an adventure on any machine? Trust me, building your scripts to travel from the very beginning will save you, and everyone you share them with, a world of frustration.